in the way it's happening. But in the ordinary way, you've been conditioned to resist it, to fight it, and to use those sensations of resistance to create a sensory basis for what you describe as the ego. The ego in practice is a sense of strain. When you are aware of I, you are aware of a basic discomfort. It is located basically between the eyes, somewhere in here, sort of tightness. Also, it's in other centers too. It's solar plexus and the various physical centers. In other words, where this constant tension or resistance against it is going on. And that's what you feel when you talk about I. When that tension ceases, you discover immediately that the separate ego has disappeared, and that what I refers to is simply the total panorama of experience, everything that's happening. That's I. Obviously, I don't know all of it, because I can't inspect all of it with my radar, with my conscious attention. That would be a ridiculous undertaking, to know everything in that sense. We know it in a much better way, as we know how to grow hair and open and close our hands. So, this point of view can be understood if we clarify the initial problems we have about it. And I suppose the first problem is, if we accept the notion that everything that happens to us is our own karma, our own doing, then we have to be very careful of, shall we say, the devil of omnipotence, of inflation, of feeling that you're... And the second thing is, if you think then that everything that happens to everybody is what they really want to happen, then you can absolve yourself from any qualms about being unkind to someone. Because you could say, well, the unkindness I did you was what you really wanted, wasn't it? You know that business about the responsibility of the person who gets murdered for getting murdered? There is a curious sense in which a lot of people go around looking for trouble. Freud pointed out quite correctly the psychology of accident-prone individuals. They seem to be attracting trouble like light attracts moth. And we're all doing that, but we manage to remain unconscious of it, so that we can praise and blame, play the game that says, that's not my fault, that's your fault. And so we go around apportioning faults to everybody. Because if we're going to apportion praise for what the good things people do, you can't make praise mean anything unless you also go around blaming. Praise and blame go together. Supposing everybody was acting in a praiseworthy way, and we praised everybody for everything, they'd get tired of it. They wouldn't even notice it anymore. So long as you're going to get a kick out of being praised, you've got to go around blaming too. It's very simple. But if you see the folly of that, the praising and blaming are just creating each other, then you don't praise and you don't blame. You just dig the whole thing. And that's why, when we encounter very great sages, you never hear them blame people, and they very rarely praise anyone. Right. You try to start gossip in the presence of such a person.
We are going to get started now. I feel like my laptop's running super slow right now. Lanisha, can you let me know in the chat, is my computer running super slow? Because it's showing like a lot of lag in the video. Yes, it's lagging. Okay. Video's lagging, but I can hear you perfectly fine. Okay. Okay. Well, that's cool. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I might as well just do this then. All right. So, welcome. Lanisha, appreciate you hopping on. Looks like you a little special one-on-one here. So, Self-Awareness Wednesday. Welcome. Good morning, everybody. You know, whether you're on this call live or you are watching this recording, you know, I want to go ahead and let you know a little bit again about what Self-Awareness Wednesday is. So, I read in the book, you know, that obviously the only way to grow is to become new, is to become somebody else, to become different, right? And the only way you can become different is by, one, realizing what needs to change about yourself, right? And I've realized that in this world that we live in, not a lot of people actually take, you know, 5-10 minutes out of the day to actually reflect on their lives. And because of this, a lot of people aren't growing, a lot of people aren't changing. You know, they simply work. They get off work, they come home, they sleep, they wake up, work. You know, everyone's kind of stuck in this rat race. Everybody feels like they don't have enough time for themselves, you know, which I find kind of weird. The fact that once life gets busy, our health, both mental health and physical health, are the first things to go, right? So with Self-Awareness Wednesday, I'm here to help you guys think, you know, just pretty much help you sit back and reflect for a second. Okay, you know, what can I change about my life? How can I change? What needs to be changed first? You know, the reason why I labeled it self-awareness was because in order to change, you must become self-aware of the fact that you need to change in the first place. So with that said, I'm gonna get into it. I have a few quotes to share today. I have a few ideas to share with everybody. So my first quote that I want everyone to think about, you know, most of us live in the past and resist living in a new future. Most of us live in the past and resist living in a new future. You know, and I realized this because I was sitting back the other day and I just kind of was reflecting and I was understanding just where my energy was going. You know, so I want you to ask yourself, you know, what do you spend your energy on? Like, what kind of conversations are you having? You know, when you're talking with your friends, business partners, who else, you know, what do you spend your energy discussing? You know, do you talk about what you love or do you talk about what you hate? Because understand that whatever you speak on, you're actually putting energy into. So if you're telling yourself, man, you know, I'm tired of being broke, I don't want this anymore, yada, 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 even though you're saying you don't want it anymore, you're actually putting energy into it. You know, so when you sit there and you're talking with people and you're talking negative thoughts, you know, you're talking, man, I hate this, I hate that, yada, 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 you're actually speaking on that. You're actually focusing your energy on that as well. You know, and I want you to understand too, here's my second quote. When feelings become the means of thinking, or if we cannot think greater than how we feel, we can never change. Now, really think about that. Really think about that. Think about how powerful emotions are. Think about how powerful feelings are. You know, understand we live in a society where a lot of people struggle with discipline, you know, because there are a lot of distractions worldwide. You know, and not only that, but we live in a time where it almost seems like people people struggle with commitment as well, you know, and it comes from feelings, it comes from emotions. You know, I believe the quote, it says discipline is the ability to stay true to what you said after the emotion has gone. You know, and so I want people to really think about that. You know, when feelings become the means of thinking, or if we cannot think greater than how we feel, we can never change. Simply because if you're always caught up in your emotions, If you're allowing your emotions to control your thinking, then you will always stay just as consistent as your emotions. And understand, emotions change so many times throughout every single day. So if you're letting your emotions get the best of you, if you're not able to control your emotions, or if you're not able to stay disciplined through whatever emotion comes your way, you'll actually be ended up going in a circle. You end up repeating a lot of things in life, right? And understand, what you talk about, you focus on. Your future can't change if you're only talking about the past, right? Your future cannot change if you're only talking about the past. If you are putting energy on the past, well, then guess what? By putting energy towards your past, you will then recreate it in the future. Even if you don't exactly like where you are, you need to be thankful. You need to be thankful for everything that's happened to you right now. That is exactly what you need to start speaking about. You need to start speaking about what it is that you want as well. You have to understand, you have to affirm your goals, you have to affirm your dreams. No matter what's going on in your life, you need to talk about where it is that you're going. Where is your focus? Here's a little activity that I do personally. I forgot exactly where I read this, but it works. Saying thank you 3 times in a row actually puts you in a better mood. Being thankful is very powerful. Being happy with what you have now allows God, the universe, whatever your ideology is there, it allows you to be open to giving more. I don't know if you've heard the quote, but giving is the best receiving, right? Because when you give, you make others feel better. And in return, you actually feel better yourself, right? But to jump back a little bit, you have to be thankful for everything that's going on. You have to be thankful for where you're at right now in life. Simply understand that if you are not thankful, if you do not feel blessed for all the struggles, if you do not feel blessed with everything that's occurring in your life right now, you are actually closing yourself off to all other blessings that the universe, God, whatever your ideology is, has in store for you, right? If you think about it, if you go into the store, right, and you're not thankful for, let's say, a discount, you're going to miss the next discount. Why? Because you're so focused on the negatives that you're going to pass up the discount. If that makes sense. You're so focused on, man, I only got 2 for $5. Yada, 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 yada. So the next time another discount happens, you're going to skip right past it because you're still talking about the past. You're still talking about the negative side. And when you focus on the negatives, it's the negatives that you get back. So you have to understand that no matter what the struggle is and no matter where you're at, you have to be thankful for it, because you have to understand that you have to be open to all blessings at all times. But that is today's Self-Awareness Wednesday. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.